Okay, boys, we're going to react to the Destiny 2 ViDoc as light falls. We're going to get my actual live reactions to me waking up and seeing this. So let's see what we are in for.
The stakes are higher than they've ever been.
I hope so.
Have we been built to defend the Traveler? Have we been built to defend humanity? The Witness is going to bring all of that to the test.
What is that? How would we react
fish.
if we were facing extinction? And how are we going to stand together to overcome this?
You know what must be done.
We were created for this moment, to deal with this conflict, to solve for this enemy.
Okay, so we are the answer to the Witness.
When
Alright, that's
evil
nice.
finally arrives and confronts the Traveler.
If we are not involved in this space battle, I'm going to be upset. He's got a chimney for a head.
The Traveler is threatened. The Witness is here. Callus's forces are here as well. The Pyramid fleet is here. Big shit is going down.
Okay, if they're swearing in their own thing, this is going to be serious.
Lightfall should feel like you have stepped into the middle of an active war.
One of the values that we really wanted to push was making sure that you felt like the tip of the spear. You were the
New
one
shotgun,
who
new
was initiating
melees.
action.
All
You were
right.
the one who is taking control. You were the one who is attacking things.
I always
This
like the Drake
tone
missions. I hope
gave
they
us
do
the
more
chance
of
to do
those.
was to really surface the friendship, the camaraderie, the connections that we have to each other.
Kaido, we'll need your troops.
If the end of the universe is coming, what do we have left other than each other?
Keep the enemy away from the Traveler. At all cost.
Red War PTSD flashbacks,
There's a
boys.
pretty big, serious threat that is happening to the solar system, so we really wanted to bring that gravity and that weight into the story.
In a major way, what we're doing right now is we're both setting up the finale for the Light and Darkness saga. We're pulling the Witness into the frame for the first time.
The big question has been, what does it want with the Traveler? What will happen when it finds it? And
I think the big question is, what is the Traveler's motives? Really? Because that's something we still don't know.
in Lightfall, it does find it.
I feel like the Witness is so drastically different from any other antagonist that we've had in Destiny in the past. You know, a lot of our Destiny antagonists are like kind of over the top and theatrical in their own way. And then we have the Witness, who's just so reserved. It's all about control with the Witness.
The Witness is here to finish.
I think it's going to be hard for the Witness to surpass the hype of Oryx from D1, but we'll see.
What the collapse started. Now, there's Callus. Always been power hungry, in it for himself. He's now signed on as one of the Witness's disciples.
We're seeing Callus go through a transformation.
What does he look like?
Emerge as something new.
My semblance matches my inner beauty.
Odds are stacked against
as something new.
Hold on.
My semblance matches.
Alright, this black stuff's cool, the black armor. He's got a cube on his head, man. What's going on there?
Against you. The Witness has arrived. We got Callus. Everything's under attack. How do we deal with this? And then you find this thread.
Okay, this looks awesome.
We knew we wanted to do another Darkness power in Destiny.
They said they wanted to do two more,
Are we gonna make
or at least they
poison?
kind of themed that they wanted to do two
No,
more.
we're gonna do something that you'd only find in Destiny.
I hope there's some synergy with this in
Poison.
Poison.
And it's the web
At least some.
What does it mean to have a cosmic web that's connecting everything around you? How do you actually make that like an ability? How do you make that like a power? It's something that doesn't actually exist. You can't just point to
my thumbnail
fire,
art.
electricity, or ice. Coming up with the idea of the strings, the strands lighting up the world. I think that was when everything kind of started to come together.
Strand is unlike any of the powers that we've gotten before. We didn't get it from the Traveler, we didn't get it from the Pyramids. It is a power that we find is unlocked within us as Guardians.
So if this is a darkness power and the Pyramids didn't give it to us and we just find it on our own, Does that mean the pyramids are like separate from the darkness then? I'm a little confused.
When you pull on
Maybe
that
the
thread
Lord will
and you start
clarify
manipulating
that.
that web, you can do some really
Or maybe we
powerful
just
things.
wield the darkness in a completely different way
We have some
than
exciting
the
player class
pyramids
fantasies coming up
taught
with
us to.
Strand that we're introducing. So we have the Hunter Threadrunner, which is going to introduce this threaded spike.
The Hunter Super Silk Strike, it's this kind of rope dart. You're constantly moving.
That range in PvP, oh man, people are not going to be happy.
Constantly attacking.
Look at that!
Feels fluid. It has an amazing style to it. It's just something we've never seen in Destiny before.
And then there's the Titan Berserker, and the name is pretty fitting.
The Titan Super is Blade Fury, where you weave these giant blades onto your hands. You have a melee attack that you can kind of combo indefinitely, and then you have your heavy attack, which sends out these suspending waves.
And then there's the Warlock Broodweaver, the mastermind of the minions.
I know
that
people are
have
mad
the
about the
Threadlings.
Titan Super. I think it's
Warlock
fine.
Broodweaver Super is Needle Storm. You create 3 sources of power, and then those then get launched out.
Okay.
And then those fly through the air. When they hit an enemy, they'll explode. When they hit the ground, they will then charge up and then turn into Threadlings.
Is this going to be a burst DPS super? Is my question. Because it would be really good for a Warlock to have something other than, you know, Nova Bomb. But I'm really curious to see how this kind of, you know, works out.
All the classes will
Oh,
have
I'm gonna
access
break
to a
so
grappling
many
hook.
things
When
in
you
the
select
EDZ with
takes up your
that.
grenade slot. It was a hard challenge because, like, how can you make this idea of swinging through the world equivalent to a grenade? And so designers came up with this idea of a grapple melee.
Do it with sparrows?
The grapple melee is incredibly powerful. I grapple onto an enemy, which stuns them for a second. And then when I get there, I grapple punch, blow them all up, and start shooting, and then the unravel projectiles.
Dude, I hope they at least increase the ceiling limits in the Crucible maps. They're gonna be broken.
Magic for me. Oh my god, that's Destiny?
Neomuna has existed for hundreds of years. It
Okay.
branched off from Earth during our collapse and shut off any communication. So they've been secretly existing on Neptune for a very long time and keeping themselves safe.
Okay.
It
The
was
stranger
amazing to
obviously
see
found
how
them
the concept
with the
artist
fish
made
at some
all this
point.
Beautiful art feel really fresh and new.
If
but
she
also
did,
part of
why
the
didn't she
Destiny
tell us
universe.
about it is my question.
When you think about how to design Neomuna, like what's the architecture like?
I mean, for those of you that don't know, back in D1 she was talking to someone in the original cutscene. If they're from, you know, this new city, it sort of doesn't make sense. Maybe there's a reason why she doesn't, you know, tell us that the city exists, but
Like we're thinking
they'll
of a
need
lot
to
of
clear that up
aerodynamic
somehow.
things, fins and sailboats. That informs us sort of the architectural form language that kind of looks unlike anything we've ever seen before.
I hope
high winds,
there's some
strong
customization
pressure.
within the
We
city
have
for
that
us
beach
players.
area where we show the sand is made out of diamonds.
That
The whole
Can I
terrain
mine
is
those?
coloring up into the beginning of the city. The color, the graphic design, the vibrancy, and yeah, there's some mysteries in there.
Okay, that's good.
The cool thing about Neomuna is that it's like this big neon-soaked city, but it has quite a spectrum of different environments.
So
I
Cyberpunk
think
plus
my favorite
Titan
absolutely is the Thrillage
in Destiny.
Realm.
All right.
It is an arcade lost sector,
Whoa.
and I think we can relate to spending our days in a sticky arcade, playing games with our buddies.
I don't have many
I'm
friends,
also
but
so
sure.
excited for people to see the puka pond with all of the pukas that have been like such a mystery since Beyond Light.
They're called pukas? I'm still gonna call
And
it a
then,
fish,
on the other side of the city is Calus'
but
ship.
they look cool.
The Typhon Imperator has landed square in Ahimsa Park.
Okay, The Typhon Imperador, that is an awesome and intimidating name. That's actually a good choice.
You see that the city
is cool.
Indeed kind of in shambles in parts. There's smoke, there's explosions in the air, and I just go back to the teamwork of everybody getting into a room and thinking like, what can we do to make this feel high octane, very explosive, and familiar?
So basically the Red War campaign, but on steroids, is what they were going for.
This is a city that needs the Guardians' help and needs their protection, and Callus is going to do his level best to destroy it, and we're not going to let them, and neither are the Cloud
I hope it's not another robot.
There's a lot new about Lightfall. We have this new location, and it has these new personalities that come along with it. They're defenders of this city.
Okay.
And they have new perspectives that we really haven't seen in characters.
Can I 1v1 them is the real question.
In the form of the Cloud Striders, Nimbus, and Rohan.
I understand what's at stake, Lightbearer. Far better than you.
Bitch, please.
Rohan is the grizzled old veteran who's too old for this shit. And Nimbus is the young rookie. Nimbus is learning on the job.
Nimbus was definitely a favorite of ours to animate. They're so boisterous and fun-loving and a little smug, but super confident in their abilities.
Okay.
The Cloud Striders, bottom line, are cool.
Nimbus, on your face.
Holy shit, that dude's massive. What, he just left? Wait a minute.
We want the Tormentors to be the most scary unit that you've ever fought in the Destiny universe.
Alright, sorry for pausing so much, but I think this is a good thing, because like Hive Guardians, having something that is uniquely challenging and diverse is good, especially when it's new. Oh, fuck. Alright, we're good.
Holy crap, this combatant is very powerful. It means business.
It's incredibly intimidating. This thing wields a massive scythe, has command over all this void energy.
Okay.
The Tormentor can like grab you, and that's something we'd never really done before with the boss.
Throws out the scythe. Has the player in his hands.
Okay.
And in those moments for Dark Harvest, we actually do things with audio to make it feel even more intimate, where we duck out all the background sound.
He looks sick.
So you really have this intimate moment with this terrifying.
He looks like one of Rourke's kids. It's going to be in the EDZ. If you guys pay attention to the seasonal challenges, the last week or the last 2 weeks usually have planet-specific challenges that usually are the next season. So it's EDZ.
Eyes of the Destiny coin. And so on the Lightfall side, we have crazy neon cities going on an adventure far away.
Okay.
Sort of bombastic action fantasy.
So this is the seasonal
Side of
stuff.
the coin, it's a story that's much
Crow
more
and
close to
Amanda.
home.
Season of Defiance.
I hope they
is
fix
about
their
the ground war
friendship
on
or
Earth.
relationship there.
Callus's forces are invading, and we're defending Earth. We're freeing prisoners.
Go now.
We're trying to protect the last city, but much more directly and under much more threat than we have seen in a long time.
This area, I think this is like the sunken grave or something in the EDZ. It's right next to the strike ship with Rakazan. This area has been underutilized since Black Armory, so this is good, especially because a lot of people like the EDZ location, myself included.
You're working with Petra, you're working with Devram, you're working...
This man has not left that church for like 6 years. Thank God.
with all these people that you know that are close to home and that are battling for the real thing you're trying to save.
Did this land, or was this here the whole time? Because if it just landed, I'm okay with that. If it's been here the whole time, this makes sense why we couldn't swim. I thought this... Never mind.
We have a lot of weapons and armor for players to earn. And
Okay, that was a Clovis Bray thing on his helmet. Alright. Stasis bow, this is... If there's chill clip in this is gonna be nuts.
Super excited to see what you've been working on.
We have a couple of strand exotics. The warlocks are getting what's called swarmers.
Okay.
They're these boots that will, on tangled destruction, create new threadlings at that location. Now they can either shoot it or they can pick up a tangle and throw a tangle, and then that will also create threadlings.
So this is why Warmind cells are going away.
That will
Okay.
help them grapple through the air. As you grapple,
So
you gain
in
this
some
new
capacity
ability
they
called
sort of
Overkill,
live.
and it's reducing the incoming damage except for headshots. The Titans get boots that will.
I think it's good they make it not, you know, damage reduction for headshots, because that would be too broken inside of PvP. So they did think about that. At least it's on their mind.
Augment a aspect that they have. The aspect itself will just send out a wave that will suspend enemies in front of their barricade after casting it, but the boots will split it up into 3 waves. Whenever they spend an enemy,
so this is just a better Kefri's horn then.
Further and further by being tanky.
I have been caught by those boots a couple times in our playtest. We have this.
Well, there was a strand hand cannon. Hold on.
Heavy frontline further and further by being tanky.
I have been caught by those boots a couple times in our playtest.
See that? I'm okay with that strand logo. I think it looks like cool, or at least the icon. At least there's a primary hand cannon strand. It'll be interesting to see what you know, kind of synergy it has. You know, Stasis has chill clip and
we have this
whatnot. I wonder what strand's gonna have.
Heavy metal machine gun that fires according to its own rhythm, where it gets alternate effects every 4th bullet, and then every 16th bullet it gets even more added to it.
Oh man, I don't want to do more math and DPS tests. Come on, don't do this to me.
To find your enemies. And so suddenly you're not worrying about aiming, you're really worrying about surviving during the lock-on time. And it opens you up to consider your movement more than your aiming. Being able to lock on to multiple guys in your field of vision and then just obliterate all of them was, I think,
I'm not sure what it is with Bungie and sidearms with the new darkness power, but I would like, you know, something other than a sidearm with, you know, stasis or strand to come out. I'd like something like a exotic pulse rifle that was stasis or strand.
As good as they can be.
I think one of the things we're most excited about are loadouts and what we're calling build crafting 2.0.
I'm gonna be really paying attention to this.
Let's make it more understandable to how you make a build.
Okay.
And then let's allow you to save that build and quickly swap between them.
That's
when
good.
We started the process of figuring out how we are going to improve build crafting. One of the things that we knew we needed to do was make it easier to go from I have never done any build crafting to I'm really engaged in this system. When we engaged with the UI team and we said we need to improve this experience, they came back with, well, what if we did a build management screen and let you see your whole build on one screen?
It's all in one place. You can see it, you can read it, you can learn.
Okay.
And that coupled with our Guardian ranks, that's going to come in and basically be our first ever.
I am sort of concerned about this, because depending on how this is executed, the Guardian rank system could either be, you know, good or really bad.
Companion to every single player.
If there isn't a cap on this rank, I'm gonna go through the roof if it's just doing this kind of stuff.
Guardian ranks is our answer to what should I be doing in Destiny if I want to get better.
PvP, mainly, is kind of the end game. It's really hard to improve in Destiny. I feel like it right now, especially with, you know, how the community kind of reacts to stuff like that, but I don't know, it's been a lot more volatile with Witch Queen, the community, so we'll see how that goes, but...
You have this track that tells you what you should be doing. We're really excited for players to start diving into that system along with combinations, a way to finally say thank you to players that you've been playing with. We think all of this stuff is coming together to bring this more cohesive...
I don't think that's a good idea. But it's gonna happen and I can't do anything about it.
When we think about the future of Destiny, we think there's so much more to discover. We're just on the coast right now. We want to get into the heart of this continent.
The thing about the Destiny community is that it's very divided among, you know, subgroups or whatever. I don't think that's going to be a good idea.
We are walking to our 10-year anniversary of Destiny, and Destiny being such a core part of our players' lives. We just want to keep building Destiny.
We've been
Well, that's what I want you guys to keep doing too.
Antagonist to the Traveler for so long. In Lightfall, we get to spend time with the Witness in the way that we have.
Oh, Daddy, Witness has come home. Oh, Jesus!
Storylines that have been coming together and been building for years.
More questions will certainly arise.
We have this finale with the final shape that's coming right after Lightfall, where we're closing down the Light and Darkness saga. But Destiny is far from over.
This universe is about more than...
I really hope we get to do something with our spaceship, man.
We want to show you new ways to explore it. We want to show you new things to discover in the universe, because we think that Destiny has a lot to offer.
This cutscene looks awesome.
And Lightfall is the catalyst for that. It's high stakes, thrilling action.
I don't think Callus will be the raid boss, but we'll see.
Story to places it's never been before.
All right. I think everything in this is good. I only have one main concern, and that is
what should I be doing?
The ranking
Finally,
system here.
Say thank you to players. I want to get.
You can experience. They came back with, well, what if we did a build management screen and let you...
I'm a little worried how the mods are going to be balanced, but we'll see how that works out. There's not much I can really do about it, right?
And basically be our first...
I'm concerned about this. It seems like it ends at 11 here. Maybe this gets rotated, you know, once you reach this, it gets rotated over there and there's like more levels. But if it's really just doing stuff with people, right? I mean, the ranking system isn't really going to be doing much then, right? I do like this, you know, change up here in UI. I think it's very clean.
No player.
Guardian ranks is our answer to what should I be doing in Destiny if I want to get.
I don't think this is going to be the answer to it, because Destiny is way too of like a variety of a game to really answer that perfectly.
You have this track that
tells you what you should
be doing. We're really excited
but that's
for
not
players to start
improving
diving into
yourself
that
as a
system
player.
on
That's just doing
accommodations,
lists,
a way to
right?
Finally say thank you to players that you've been playing with. We think all of this stuff is coming together to bring this more cohesive relationship.
I don't think like LFG is supposed to be included with games, so this could be good. But at the same time, the Destiny community is known for being sorta, you know, toxic amongst its own community. That's kind of my only issue with this. But everything else, I was,
when we think about the future of Destiny,
I thought
think
was
there's
good.
So much more to discover. We're just on the coast right now. We want to get into the heart of this continent.
Let's see. What was that other thing? I wanted to see Callus's head again. Hold on. Damn, I cannot get this for the life of me. Come on, buddy. Like, look at the helmet for Callus. I think, honestly, he might have been okay without it. I just think it doesn't fit him, but let me know what you guys think about that. I just think it's a little off.
Odds are stacked against you.
I hope so. I want something, like, engaging. Maybe it does. I'm kind of undecided, honestly. I mean, here's the thing with Callus. It was clear with the duality dungeon that he's either, like, he's too far gone. So I'm okay with us, you know, getting rid of him or killing him or whatever. Aramis, if you guys saw the final season of the Seraph cutscene, I really hope they don't do a redemption arc for Aramis. I feel like she's kind of made that final choice, or, you know, the path that she's, you know, chosen to take. But, I don't know, Callus has been teased for so long that I feel like if we're left in the Savathun situation where they're dead but not really dead, it'll be very unsatisfying for the player. So if we're gonna fight Callus, then you know they should let us actually go all the way and kill him. Because I feel like people kind of need to put down a villain.
Destiny. Are we gonna do what everyone thinks we're gonna do? Are we gonna make like poison?
Alright, this will be the last thing I kind of react to because it was the other thing on my mind. A poison subclass people want, but it's not really darkness, and they kind of hinted to that with the one Witch Queen mission about how, light being corrupted and how the Hive sort of do that is kind of its own thing. But I would still like at least a little bit more synergy with poison because it's just such a unique and very useful, like, I guess, mechanic or, thing in Destiny. So I hope they do some sort, or at least more synergy with it, but making it not a darkness subclass, I mean, it would be too obvious, so I get why they didn't do it. Yeah.
No. We're going to do something that you'd only find in Destiny. We're going to go talk about this thing called Strand, and it's the web of life.
What does it mean to have a cosmic web that's connecting everything around you? How do you actually make that like an ability? How do you make that like a power?
Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's all I wanted to talk about for this. I think this is, a very good ViDoc. It's a very good reveal. We'll see how it all paves out, at least for the, little gripes I had with it, but I'm pretty excited with Lightfall. I'm excited to see what they do, and having some more unique enemies, it's definitely good for Destiny 2 because we've needed something like that for a while. But let me know what you guys think down below, and I'll catch you guys in a little bit.